Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another fine show, Truth Over Feelings TV. I'm your host, Conscious, and you gotta excuse me if I sound a little bit groggy. My allergies are kicking my butt right now. There's a lot of pollen in the air, and it's just getting out of hand. Anyways, it was brought to my attention on one of my social media feeds that something crazy is going on right now in the LGBT community. So let's just get straight into this one, man. And if you're new to my content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on bell notifications to know when I post, because there's going to be a lot of great content and a lot of truthful content over feelings. So without further ado, let's get into this one. So this morning I woke up to something crazy. So the commissioner of Texas Department of Agriculture, Sid, decided to pass a policy enforcing a dress code against pretty much transgender and LGBT community people. And I'm gonna put that up there so you guys can see it. Now, ultimately, obviously, I want you guys to raise awareness to this situation. And the way you can do that is by sharing this video so that someone else can see it. And also making sure that you stay tuned and locked in so that you know all the craziness that's going on in the world, because it's crazy. And also by commenting, that also lets YouTube know that this content is very important, and it will put it more out to the masses. You know how this stuff works. But anyways, and big shout out to my best friend for a long time, Demetrius Walker, owner of Meeks Vegan Pizza. If y'all haven't checked his food out, top notch, top tier. Make sure y'all go check that out too. I'll also leave the information in the description so y'all can check that out as well. But shout out to him for bringing to the conscious body and awareness that there is a lot of predators, as we all know, in the government system, man. And it's just ridiculous how bold they are and comfortable they are to make these decisions. So as you can see from reading the paragraph, they're clearly targeting LGBT community and transgender women. They're targeting everybody. And they're also contradicting themselves very heavy. Now, when you talk about being in a society where we have freedom of speech or freedom of expression, that proves to be that's a lie. That is an agenda that is pushed to let people know that everything is okay, but when deep down we all know it's only okay for a certain group of people or a certain agenda that you have to line up to in order to be deemed normal to be among certain people. And that's one of the beautiful things I love about this platform that I have, is I'm able to talk about things like this and bring even bigger awareness to situations like this, because it needs to be talked about. It's ridiculous. So here It's talking about the disruption of service in the workforce in their culture, in the Texas Department of Agriculture, in their culture, right? Western attire, business attire, excuse me. Being a CEO myself of multiple businesses, I would never not hire someone based off of their gender or their choice of preference. In my opinion, and this is facts, whether you like it or not, that's not a disruption of service if someone decides to, let's take for example, a transgender man decides to dress as a woman and tries to be employed to my establishment, but does the job. He does his job. She does her job. How is that a disruption to service? A disruption to service would mean, and this is how they contradict themselves, forcing someone to go home and change based off of what you want them to look like. So that means for them to leave the job and go home, you're intentionally disrupting the service, because the service is not going to get done because the employee who's responsible for handling that job can't do his job because he or she has to go home. So you're contradicting yourself right there. That's a disruption. So you're the causing the disruption to happen amongst your employees. And you're trying to pin it on them and making it seem like the way how they dress or the way they carry themselves has to do with the disruption of service. No, it's actually not. It's counterintuitive. It's actually the opposite. You're contradicting yourself by not allowing, like pushing your agenda to a certain way or a certain label for certain people. And by all means, I'm gonna get that out there clearly. I'm not transphobic because I have LGBT friends. I have all kinds of friends that you could think of, and I have no problem with that because everyone has to live their life. Everyone has the right to express themselves. Everyone has the right to be who they want to be. Let me tell you something. Some of the nicest people in the world I've met came from the LGBT community. And what's wrong with America is America likes to pick and choose where they plug them in and try to discard where they don't want them in. But if you look at it, some of your best hairstylists in Hollywood are gay. You don't see the Hollywood stars saying, oh, because you dress like a woman, you can't do my hair. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. That's clown stuff. I'm gonna let that sit on your chest for a second. Yeah, make sense. Some of your best fashion entrepreneurs are bi, gay, trans, cis, all of the above. Let's be honest. They do help the world go around because they've been making the world go around for a long time. So why are you trying to interfere with freedom of expression? Now our show is what's showing right now. I hope that people are looking at this. What it's showing right now is that we're diving into a different phase of the world in the next coming years, that if you haven't done your research and you haven't been reading, you haven't really been staying tuned and conscious of what's going on right now, you're going to be left behind. This is my opinion. If you are in an environment, speaking to my LGBT community right now, if you're in an environment where you're being targeted. You're not being supported for your freedom of expression. Let me be the one to give you the good news, or the strict news, or the real shit, as some may relate to. You shouldn't be working there. I would not be working for someone or support anyone that doesn't support what I got going on in my life. And that's period. That's across the board, period. If they can't support you at the Texas Department of Agriculture for your freedom of expression, you don't need to work there. Leave. It's that simple. It's nothing to talk about. Because when you look at disruption of service, that doesn't make sense. Because for one, the only people who are going to be disrupted by how people express themselves is the people who possibly might be down low or interested and looking at you in that kind of way. Because nobody else is bothered by that. Only transphobic people are bothered by that and call it a disruption. So the gift that I have is being able to bring things to the light in a very unique way, which is one of the reasons why I have so many platforms that I use from my talents, because this is the stuff that needs to be heard. And shout out to Isaiah Carey as well for doing his job to bring that also to the light and awareness, and all of the people that supported the movement at the time. So that's all I'm gonna speak on right now, and I'm gonna end this show at that because I feel like I said I need everything I need to say. I mean, I'm just gonna repeat myself one more time, so maybe you didn't hear me the first time, but I'm gonna really enforce it this time. Do not work for people that don't support your own personal visions or goals, period. Because at the end of the day, these CEOs, they need you. You are the culture, not them. They are the top surface bridge standing on the foundation, which is you. So know your power, know your authority, know your rights, and know that you are in control of the situation, not them. Don't let anybody make you feel any type of way at all when they're the problem. So that's the end of this show. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This is your boy Conscious. I didn't laid it down today, and this is what we doing over here, man. We keeping it real. We don't care how you feel. Oh, that rhymed too. Gotta get back in the studio. But anyways, love you guys. Stay safe out there, and pay close attention these next couple of years. Just saying. Peace.